How's it going, Tim?
Hey, Chad. All right, man. About as bad as last week.
Good Lord. I don't know. I mean, it's so much worse than last week, it comes to the point where people aren't wanting to even want to get on the podcast and stuff. You know it was a bad week. You know what I mean? The next week. Like, it's just one of those things where, like, you just, like, you're just going through the motions, and you're trying to figure out, like, what's going on, where we going to be at. And you're watching the news. Your first string quarterback's out and you're just, you know, emotional, right? And Hornsby, obviously he's not getting used. Jumping the transfer protocol and jumping out, and Pittman had alluded to this, and we had asked about it back when we were talking about this. Is like when he did that was like, if you join, you might as well not come back to the team, right? And you see him not not getting the second man position, being dropped to third man. You got to think like that loyalty has to be in there somewhere. So, and we talked about it when it happened. We talked about how that could be an issue, and you're seeing it come back and bite you. It's not a good position to be in. So we got a third string guy starting, coming from the University of South Florida. I think he was up at North Carolina or something for that. And anybody that's transferring out of the University of South Florida is, I don't know. It's not been the best program for a while. They were under Chad Moore's uh, working as quarterback. So it's like, do you really want, that quality?
Pretty wild, man. Was Chad? I thought he was still in high school last year. I thought this was his first year.
Oh, maybe so. Maybe so. I thought it
But
was
still, I mean, I
coming
don't.
from
That don't.
USF.
Yeah, no, that's his first year. 'Cause last year's when he lost that high school in Florida's win streak or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's like that streak. You just want to get back to it. You just want to get back to winning. Uh, you take a hard loss at Texas A&M, probably shouldn't have took. You go to Alabama, you play a really tough, hard game there. I mean, who else is going to score 24 straight points on Alabama this year the way we did? You're not going to see that. But the problem is that you're in a situation where uh, you know can you do that and like keep the consistency? And then you get beat up bad. You lose quarterbacks. You come out of that game very beat up. And we've come out of this first bit of football just really beat up. Going in the half here of the season, just yeah, not looking good as far as injuries.
Yeah, no, especially KJ. I mean, well, like you're saying, going back even further, like Catalan being out and like preseason All American watch list safety back there. We know what's happened with the secondary and the defense thus far. So that just starts it, man. And then KJ going down against Alabama and kind of tiptoeing around what's wrong with them.
Yeah,
It's just like, what does that mean? And you're just stressed. And you got this, no offense to this Cade guy, man. I mean, if I played at South Florida and I had the chance to transfer to Arkansas, I would too. And I know he's going to try as hard. It's the Hornsby things, like you said, man,
hmm
about the transfer. And yeah, we talked about it before in another podcast this year, man. It's like, it's weird or you've mentioned in the past that Sam Pittman, like you're saying, I'm fumbling around. Like just either you're in or out. It was weird that he got a
yeah,
second chance. And now he says he's good. Other people say he's not. There's a picture with him just off all by himself on the sideline,
hmm
pouting, but maybe he's not. Who knows, man? I guess
yeah. And then
it's just
there's
a
this.
wild situation.
Yeah, it is. And then there's this whole other thing with using him for the gadget plays and things like that. And he thought I guess he was gonna get in at wide receiver a little bit more, and they wasn't able to work him in in that position, according to Pittman. Sounded like he just wasn't quite good enough. You know what I mean? Or that's what their perception was. So I don't know. I mean, did he get a lot? I mean, I know we got him the ball a couple times, but not much. You know. And every time it's like, is he going to throw it? Is it a gadget? You know, like if you're going to do that, I feel like you got to rep him. You know, a few times first. I don't know.
I mean, to me, it shows they had confidence in that. If they like put them in a whole damn drive, I mean, it killed part of that A&M game. I already went over that enough, and people are tired of me talking about that one drive. But it's just that was it. He disappeared until
Mm-hmm.
he just disappeared. Weird football season, man. I think I'm just sad because I really thought this was the year we were going to compete for. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's tough, you know, because you feel like this is the year we're going to come out with a lot of good wins. You come out strong, bang, 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 bang. But then you got to start asking yourself, have we gotten worse as the football season has progressed? It feels like we have. It, that's scary. You know, that's not a position you want to be in. You know, you come out firing in all cylinders against Cincinnati, and then just downhill. You know, from there, play a good game at South Carolina, and then boom. You know, the Missouri State games never should have been that close. You go down and take that loss at Texas A&M. It's just like everything's falling apart. You know, and I mean, what do you say? What do you say? Is that on the coaches? Like, what do you? Where do you start to, point the finger? Where do you start to say, okay, this is wrong, that is wrong? I don't know. Pittman's been a hell of a coach. He's got 2 losses. Can he turn it around as a coach? I think he can. I think we can go out and beat Mississippi State. I you know with a backup quarterback, yeah. I mean, look at our running back stable. Uh, I think we have the ability to do it. Maybe this will force us to call plays differently, which will allow us to win a game or two. Not relying on the quarterback to make it up when your
Right.
plays don't get what you wanted.
That's a great point, Chen. Yeah. Well, last year, kind of facing a similar situation. We started off 4-0 last year, but you had Georgia Southern and Rice in there. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of equal to 3, solid wins to start off the season this year. You're 3-0, you're ranked in the top 10, just like last year. I know it was going to Georgia, that's different, but we lost at Georgia, lost at Ole Miss game by 1 point, and then just put up the worst effort of the year against Auburn at home. At home, we put that up. So we went, 3 straight losses. But then the rest of the season, you win five out of 6, and then that one loss, or no, you win, yeah, 5 out of 6, and then that one loss is to Alabama on the road just by 7. We played better there last year than we did play at home, especially starting off in the game. That was for a brief moment, man. We really we all thought we were coming back on. Felt like we had Bama right there after that third quarter, and we talked about it last week. We said like you got it. Like, our third quarters have been horrible
Mm-hmm.
thus far, and I think Alabama's defense in the third quarter has been pretty awesome. So it worked out that was actually our best quarter, and kind of fell short.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I don't know. What a tough game. But you put up some points. You marched on the field. You scored. You showed you can move the ball on one of the toughest defenses in the nation and score. Uh, and you got scored on, right? I mean, the biggest. You know, I don't know. Biggest win of the year. So or loss, I should say, of the year.
Well, I mean,
Just taking. What's that?
I said biggest win of the year for them so far, Alabama. As far as I guess Texas was an all right win, but thus far,
I
which
mean,
is not saying what's on the
63
schedule.
points on. They scored 63 points on ULM. They scored 55 on Vanderbilt and 55 on Utah State. So they only scored 49 on us.
Well, I meant, I guess, best team. I didn't really mean like my bad.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe I misunderstood. But I was just thinking, golly, I don't know. There's some positives, but a lot of negative. A lot of negative.
Oh yeah, man. It was a reality check for sure. They came out of the gates just 28-0. That was it. So
Hmm.
fun times, yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, even with their quarterback going out, if Bryce Young would have stayed in, I mean,
Hmm.
would we have pulled in within a couple of points?
Yeah.
Maybe we'd have KJ healthy. Maybe we'd just sit him down if it was 50-0, and he'd be healthy going into this week against Mississippi State, and we'd really have a chance to win. That's
Goodness
terrible.
gracious.
I'm just kidding, Hogs. Don't
50 to
ever like
nothing
this.
the first 5 minutes. Oh shit, man.
Last week I would have been like, "What did Pittman do? Just giving up on the game, taking KJ." Now I'm like, "Oh, we should just, you know, if Bryce Young had been healthy, we took advantage when he went out of the game. They
Yeah.
went right back to knocked our guy right out too."
Hmm. Well, I don't know. I don't know, but I really ain't got a whole lot to say about Alabama. I could just move on from that. I just feel like it is what it is. I mean, we can go through the stats if you want. They just fucking beat the hell out of us from the beginning to the end of the game. That's pretty much the
I'm not
stats.
laughing. It's awful, man. I just
Like we got
You're right.
close and had some hope. Everybody in Hog Nation was on the edge of their seat. Like, we're gonna do it. This is a year. We're gonna beat them. And then they just stomped us.
Yeah, it was tough. No, I can definitely move on because I mean we play Mississippi State. Pittman's 2-0 against Leach
Hmm.
since they both kind of got hired that same year.
Yeah.
And that first win, 2020, that was our first SEC win since in like three seasons.
Yeah.
Since Morse went winless. So that's just playing down in Starkville. That's not going to bother his team.
Uh
I'm
huh.
starting to the more you think about it, you can't help but be positive about it. It's just two losses in a row is tough. That A&M just, you know what kind of hog pressure that provided.
Yeah.
Alabama's reality check, but Mississippi State's a chance to get back. Um, until if
I think
Folcade can do it.
I think Mississippi State can be the make or break game for us this year. And
Yeah.
the reason I say that is because that's the toughest coach, toughest team we've had to go up against uh, thus far. I mean, we've went up against really tough coaches. Every coach we've played so far has been a tremendous coach, right? Even South Carolina, he just ain't got it there, but he's trying to turn it around, right? So uh, you just look at, can we beat the Pirate? Can we beat this coach? Because then you go and you play BIU. You play in Auburn. I don't know. A lot of people consider Hugh a great coach, but I never have. Uh, I don't know LSU. I mean, you're not playing any great coaches again until you go and play Ole Miss and play down there. So I don't know. Man.
No, uh, it's definitely a chance to turn around the season. I mean, you still got a shot at 10 wins in the regular season, let alone
Mm,
11 in the postseason. And people can listen to me and sound like, I'm crazy and stuff, but when I just can't help it because you're not playing Alabama again. We don't have Georgia on the schedule.
yeah,
So, even the way Tennessee and Kentucky, I'm glad to be playing Missouri. We already beat South Carolina. I'll take Missouri. Even though they did
yeah.
they played down to the wire against Georgia. But I don't know. I don't believe in old Drinkwitz. Old Eli. That's one of our favorites on the show. Me and Chan's favorite.
Eli,
Old Drinkwitz.
the drunk. Um, Yeah, I don't know. So well, we'll see. We'll go over here and play the Pirates, see if we can win. I think the key to this game is that you have to uh, play good secondary defense. And the reason I feel like this is like a make or break game is our secondary's been so suspect. I think this is gonna you're gonna find out like is the rest of the year gonna be teams slinging the ball down the field on us, or is the rest of the year gonna be them playing a more conservative 50-50 game on us? And I think the game film you get from Mississippi State, a lot of coaches are gonna make that decision, right? So if they come out and just blow us out, that's going to be an issue. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a very put up or shut up time for the secondary.
uh huh.
Um, I don't have. It's going to be interesting. I mean, as much as they throw it around, um, it's wild that what was this last game? Oh, I was looking at something else. Anyways, never mind. I think Miss. Where did I see this? I saw Mississippi State has the best start since five. Oh, win over Arkansas would push State to the 5-1 for the first time since 1998. But they were undefeated. They were 5-0 again in 2014. What are they talking about? First since '98. Okay, still that's still pretty good for them, man. They had that 1 year with Dak. It was really good under what's his face Mullen.
Uh huh.
Sorry, nothing else. Boring you already.
No, he was talking
I
about how he
lost
had
what I
that
was
with
looking
Mullen.
for. I lost what I was looking for in the notes here, and I was like, I knew it. And then I got confused by what they were talking about. Like,
I don't. I agree. I think that the big thing is when you're playing a team like this, uh, being able to drop back and play you know, like at least like a cover four, something like that. I'm thinking on somebody like this. I don't know. I feel like you want to cover a lot of the backfield. Um, man, but we got injuries, and our linebackers and cornerbacks, and God Lord, we're beat
I
up.
had some Clark out at safety the other day, and he hadn't played that, so just trying everything.
Just trying it all.
Yeah, Leach is second behind Saban, or so behind Saban, he's got the most career wins as a head coach. I mean,
He really,
SEC active coach.
huh? That's pretty cool.
Brian
Well,
Kelly right behind him, and Jimbo and Arson. Goodness.
goodness gracious, how about that?
I can't. I wonder if that Stoops for Kentucky. That must thought he'd kind of be up there.
Well, here's the thing. If we can keep them below 50 passes, that would be good. So we don't want a situation where we get blown out worse than Memphis did last year, and they threw 50 passes on them. We at least need to keep them at 49 passes. We don't want to break that record. So, they're going to be throwing it. And we don't have a good secondary. And we're just doing everything. I don't know, man. Are we even going to call a win on this game? Jesus. We got our quarterback.
Let's see. That's what I would say if KJ was playing. I'd be like, well, we got KJ in the man. It's different.
What a horrible
Still got that
podcast.
stable of running backs.
I didn't really want to think about all this way. It's not good.
That's a tough one to play. Last year, when I was talking about that 3 game losing streak, we had UAPB we had UAPB and then a bye week after that. So thank goodness, because if we would have played, and then we played Mississippi State and squeaked by at home in that game. If we would have played Mississippi State after that Auburn, like, I mean, how would it have turned out? Thank goodness. So this is a big deal because if we go 3-3, then we really are fighting for. And we're talking about can we get bowl eligibility the way we're playing.
Yeah.
But if we win, we're 4-2 and 2-2 in the SEC. So.
Rogers might wind up breaking the SEC career completions record. So it's currently held by Aaron Murray. Remember him over in Georgia?
Yeah,
Played in the
Georgia,
NFL for a little while.
he did. Let's see. Yeah, I believe it. Rogers is got to be getting up there. But completions, yeah, that's what. So you're saying you don't want Mississippi State to have that many completions. That means they're just throwing it all over and keeping drives going. Because they're not like 50 passes wouldn't mean, you know, I mean, they use a lot of their passes as run plays. I
Oh
guess the
yeah,
more plays their offense has, then not a good sign. Like if it's like 31 attempts, like, oh my God.
they have those little crossing routes, those little 2 yard routes, those comeback routes. They like to run those little routes
Uh,
out in the flat. I also like to throw it deep though. They also like to get you deep. They get you. He gets you bind up in these routes where it's like choice routes where you watch the defender and you throw the ball off of what the defender does, and take the choice of which is the better throw, which is really dangerous, because it's always putting the defense in a bad situation.
yeah, sounds like it.
I don't know, man.
And he's still just a junior, isn't he? So if he plays again next year, he'll definitely. Marks, he's been there for a couple of years. It said like one of the run backs is like their leading rushers like 11th in the SEC.
Uh huh.
And they don't run it that much though because he averages 6 yards a carry and that's third. So they Dylan Johnson. I thought Marks was there. Marks gets it out of the backfield in the passing game. I remember that from last year. Oh, yeah, it's Farrar Thomas had a 75-yarder. You're talking about the deep throws, so they're not just dinking.
Bombing it. But that's what they do. They throw these little dink passes. They throw these little bubble routes to the running back. That's running a little hot route, and then they get you all pulled up on those and bang you over the top with the long pass. You know.
Sometimes you got to do that. Yeah, I mean, probably when I first respected this Mississippi State team was that when they went down to Arizona and just whipped Arizona's ass. I think that was.
Well, we used to play them a lot in Little Rock.
Yeah, 1-6 down the Rock. We should. Well, it's not a home game this year, but it seems like a good math to put them down there again next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, we're gonna they're gonna be slinging it. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Y'all want to know about the offense? They like to sling the ball around all over the field, all kinds of passes, just unique stuff. So
Yeah, he's been around the game a while, so I've watched any college football leagues. Here we go. Especially when he gets a quarterback that's really running his shit. So,
mm-hmm.
but they'll also have games though, like no matter who's the damn quarterback for Leach, that he like against LSU where he's just 24 out of 42, 214. Like if
Yeah.
he's averaging under 10 yards of completion, that ain't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean, what will our pressure do? Like how healthy is our defensive line this week? How much pressure we're going to get to Rodgers and maybe make it somewhat difficult. Just get him out of those long like drives where you know what I mean. Just
Yeah.
get the defense off the field and our offense. Maybe we can. Well, I mean, what's their defense look like this year? It's hard
Yeah.
not to focus on a Leach team offense.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true. Uh, I think you think about the the problem that you have with a seasoned coach and everything like that is they're not making very many mistakes in managing the game either.
Yeah,
And so we got to make sure that we're managing the game properly from a coaching perspective too. Uh, just like you said. So I mean, it goes way beyond the offense, but the offense is, it's impressive on paper. Let's just be honest. His offense this year is impressive on paper, and they got a better record than us. So we got to go and knock them down a peg. Hopefully that's what'll happen. Cowbells, all that stuff. Missing the quarterback, we'll just go in there and punch him right in the mouth, just pissed off, and just run the ball, right? Just run it over and over again, and they're just slinging,
over.
and we're just running. We're controlling the clock. And we're taking 5, 6 minutes off, getting them 2 minutes to throw it. They're throwing it around, but they just can't quite grab them. They just can't pull them in for whatever reason. They're dinging off their fingertips and, getting bobbled and you're getting slammed and rocked by the linebacker. Just kind of nervous back there hearing feet as a receiver. And, the Hogs just win it. I mean, that's a possibility that can happen. That's the thing. I think what you were trying to say is with an offense like this, with these pass-heavy offenses, sometimes I just get days where they just can't catch the damn ball. And you saw this with the greats. 49ers and Steve Young, and just games where just like, what the hell, man? They just can't catch it tonight. For whatever reason, just couldn't get in sync. And that's the thing about an offense like this. It has to be in sync, and you can knock it out of rhythm. If you're a good defense, you can knock it out of rhythm. Maybe, just sacking the quarterback over and over again. I mean, we do have the number one sack defense in the nation, and we just played a game that's very tough to sack the quarterback. Still got one or two. Uh, and before that we've just been hammering them. I think maybe you come out this game and that's your strategy as a coaching staff is you're twisting and stunting, turning. You know what I mean? Everything you can to try to get guys inside to get a sack, and just letting your linemen kind of just go crazy, instead of like keep the quarterback in front of you, just go after there and get him like the Bucks used to do. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what their approach is. And they've played him before, but it's gonna be it, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. Yeah, their defense is pretty good though. Overall, like 35.
Really?
I think they're one of the 4 or 5 SEC. I think SEC West schools, maybe besides us. I'm not sure. SEC West defense. It's like I think Mississippi too. Like everybody's ranked pretty like in the top 40 in defense. I don't want to say what ours is.
I was
Wish we
looking.
had that, man. We'd be undefeated.
Yeah. I was looking at their depth chart, and I was just noticing that they're good size. They're just your basic SEC program. So
Sure.
kind of an older bunch too. Seems like a lot of you know a lot of older players, the guys that's been there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure they're I mean all across those kind of offensive line of seniors and juniors,
Hmm.
graduate players, and at first when he came there, he's kicking people off, and like, he wanted to redo, and I guess finally got guys that either been there or transferred in, and a lot of seniors. Yeah, you're right.
In 3 years, like this is his program now. These are his kids. This is his seniors. So
Oh yeah.
that's what they say. You got to give a coach at least 4 years to rebuild. So and he's trying to prove he's rebuilt. That's his mission right now. Coming in to play us, trying to
He's gonna try to beat a
prove the
school you
same
haven't
damn
beaten.
thing.
He ain't beat us yet, has he? I mean, I don't think he's ever beat us as a head coach.
When he's been there 3 years, right? Any 2-1?
No, this is his third year. We beat him
Oh, okay.
2020 down in Starkville as the first SEC win since 2017.
Man, we should never
And
let him
then,
beat us.
then we beat him last year in a field goal battle, 31-28. They missed the field goal at the end.
Man, maybe we'll get in a field goal battle. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that.
I'd take a field goal battle again. I don't care what happened. That kick
Ugly
me
11
up.
a.m. game. Just
But he'll miss another kick for the entire year.
I hope not. Make up for that one game. All
Yeah, they do
right.
got a good defense, man.
Yeah. Is there D coordinator? Don't know. Look at this goofy bastard, Mike Leach. Oh my gosh.
This
Wow.
Emmanuel Ford has the most interceptions in the SEC. Second in passes defended.
That's pretty. Manual Forbes. Oh.
This Tyrus
What
Wheat is
is
one of 3 SEC players with multiple fumble recoveries.
oh,
He has 5 on his career.
6'2", 265. Goodness. Senior. All their linebackers, at least the way they listed on here, look like they play.
The cornerback, DeMarcus Richardson, he has he leads the SEC in tackling grade, 89.9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I didn't know they had a tackling grade. It's kind of weird. Never heard that stat.
There's a stat for everything, man, I'm sure.
I mean, how good's
So,
your team when you're having to dig down in the stat book like that?
yeah, I've never seen that.
This one dude's tied for 5th in the SEC, 17 stops. That's not 5th. Ain't that impressive, is it?
I mean, they gotta say something. I mean,
3rd in the SEC with 26 pass defenses this season. Huh. Fewest first downs allowed. It's held its opponents to season low. How about that? Kentucky, North Carolina, Texas A&M, and Vanderbilt. It's interesting.
that's pretty
Third,
interesting.
huh?
I said, yeah, that is pretty interesting.
Uh,
Oh, man.
Fewer than 50 plays against Vanderbilt. I don't know, man. They got some good. They got a good defense too. Damn it, man. I guess we're gonna be playing a pretty good team this year.
We'll see, though. I mean, they're still Mississippi State, but
God, thank God we're gonna be doing that barbecue, man. No
was
matter what, it's good, right? If you get beat, you're busy. You're working. You keep yourself busy. You ain't gotta. You can just glance over at the TV. Get back to doing whatever you gotta do to keep your mind off of it. And if you win, you like get to go home and rewind it and watch it again.
yeah, it's never bad. Glad I could just kind of keep up with it. Hopefully, it's the latter, but we'll see. I don't want to be 3-3.
I mean, I don't want to be, but can we? I mean, can we win? Can we seriously win against such a good program that's not beat up, coming in to play a very beat up school? And that's really what you're looking at here, man. Is can our injuries be keeping us from winning this game? I think we win it if everybody's healthy. Yeah, man. I'm feeling good about it. Um, Even if
Just
we just
having
get our quarterback back, right? We just get our starting quarterback back. I'm feeling good. But without KJ,
that's what's going to make it tough, man. You just got KJ, who's dual threat leader of the team, man, and just I don't know. Hope it's Cade Fortin.
when he's this backup, and Pittman said this himself, and I hope he thinks about it. This backup he's got, right, that he's bringing in. He said he's a passing quarterback. He says all other quarterbacks are running quarterbacks and can run and get out of trouble. And this guy's a straight up just passing guy, and they know that. So your system is set up for a running quarterback, and you're so pissed off at Malik, you're not going to give him a chance in there. Add it, even though he's got that to add to his repertoire, right? You're going to just change your system totally in the middle of the year in the SEC and go with a passing quarterback. I mean,
Oh yeah, pretty ballsy, man. I don't know.
what
They're
if it
desperate.
works? What if this guy just comes out and just lights it
He
up
will.
tomorrow?
I mean, I was after Dak Prescott got injured for the Bucks, man. The Cowboys got their ass whipped. Buccaneers. I was like, Cooper Rush ain't gonna get it done, man. He just rattled off 3 straight game-winning drives. Maybe Cade Fortin just leads them on at least the next 2 wins. Then we got a bye week, and KJ can come back after that.
Yeah.
Or he is a senior, man. 6'3", 218. I don't know. We didn't get to see much. He comes in at the end of that Alabama game, and they're backed off, man. And by the time he comes in, it's not a. We weren't down 3 at the time he came in.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. It'll be interesting. It's just tough on the road. Like it'd be more. It'd still be stressful against any of our non-conference opponents this year. But if it was like last year after that losing streak, we get to play UAPB, play somebody like that where Cade Ford gets to kind of get to play a whole game as a starting quarterback. Going down here, where Mississippi State, I don't know.
You
It's
got the
put up.
cowbells.
Yeah.
You can't forget about that too. They got the illegal sound makers that they use, and it's been found that they're damn illegal. And they made a little promise that they will only do it at certain times. Fuck that, man. They're illegal.
Yeah. Pittman's 15-13. Leach is 15-14. Since they both came or were hired at these jobs. So really even, who's going to get that 16th win? I guess Leach got to play one more game because we had TC back out for bowl game.
Yeah, yeah.
We could have had 16 already because we were gonna win.
I don't know, man. This sucks, dude. This sucks. Playing Alabama sucked, and this sucks. Uh, shit.
And we got a barbecue competition to win.
Again, I can make my prediction. You ready?
Let's do it.
52-53, Arkansas. We get in a big shootout with them. This quarterback just turns out to be the best quarterback there is that we got. He just comes out there and just bangs it out. Just throw it amazingly. We changed the whole offense up. Just come out straight throwing the ball. Fun and gun. Spur your offense. Been practicing in the background all year long.
That would be funny. Steve Spurrier Jr. is on the Mississippi State staff, and he could just like rewatch it, just like, is this look William Jr.? What did I do? Lord.
I didn't know he was on their staff. That's interesting.
Saw that sometime when I was somewhere in there.
Dang.
Yeah, he's the outside receivers pass game coordinator.
No shit. Isn't that weird? Yeah, a weird position for his son to be. Old ball coach.
Ball coach. He's the new ball coach. No. Well, I'm gonna
Maybe
go
Arkansas can get him. Maybe Pittman can get him over here.
give him a shot.
You think we should do a bunch of trick plays and stuff?
Oh no,
Gadget
man.
plays?
No, it don't seem to work out for us. If I knew it was gonna work out for us, I'll go Arkansas 34, Mississippi State 29. Something weird.
I don't know if we can win. That's why I made mine so close. I don't know if we can win this game, honestly. So,
Well,
anyway, that's that. Hog
It is
Call
what it is.
Nation. There's some more hog pressing for you. They're on top of it all. Hey, I just want everybody to remember, okay? We're a 2-loss team. We've got 3 wins. Now, there was a time when we had all losses at this point in certain seasons. Not too long ago. So you need to damn appreciate what you got. All right? We rattle off a win on this one. Should be very happy. But even if it's a loss with all your best players knocked out of the game. You know you're going to beat BYU. You know you're going to beat Auburn, even no matter who you got in. You know you're going to beat Liberty. And you're probably going to beat LSU. So you're fixing to have a nice win streak coming. So don't get too down on yourself if we don't pull this one out. But if we do, oh, how sweet will it be to keep the Pirate defeated, keep him beat down when he plays Arkansas every single time. Just own him as a coach. Just Pittman, just own this guy. He just can't figure out how to beat Pittman, no matter what. No matter how beat up the team is, no matter what's going on.
Home game. Experienced quarterback. Nope. That Mississippi State game from 2 seasons ago to break that SEC losing streak. Man, that felt great. And this win's gonna feel good too if we can pull it off. Just all the points you just named.
Yeah.
It'll be sweet.
Sweet win. So, I think, I don't know. We ain't got much else to talk about with these guys. what do you think about? Well, maybe you hadn't even heard about it. I should probably tell you, talk about it first. So in Oklahoma, they said that high school players could do the NIL thing like college, right?
Yeah.
And so they just like cleared it all out. Like so now, if you're a high school player, you can get paid for your
In Oklahoma right
likeness
now.
and all that, as long as you don't use your high school logo or mascot in the advertisement. You can get paid to do advertisements, things like that in Oklahoma. Do you think there's any Buddy Garrity's with car lights out there bringing some guys in, paying them to advertise? Like it's just basically opening it up,
It's
like
pretty wild.
boosters to go wild in Oklahoma.
Just yeah, so kind of wild, wild west for that, man.
Will
Boy, I
they
didn't know.
will they overtake Texas in high school football within the next 5 years with this?
To start getting a whole bunch of players from all over. Like,
All over
what
the
is this?
place. Bring guys in from other states.
South Tulsa Chrysler. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame any kid for doing it.
No.
That's interesting. No, I hadn't heard about that. That is
Yeah.
very interesting. I don't know, it's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy to think about.
I
Think about
know.
what I would have done if I would have been that type of player at their age.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it's crazy in college, but
I definitely took the money and run. Hauled ass. All right.
whoops, you paid me already.
So here's all right. So then there's the other thing that I got for this week is, so you remember me telling you about the Hog hockey jersey? I was like, man, I'd really like to get that Hog hockey jersey. I wish it had a hog on the front. It's weird that it's just got the numbers. I did a whole segment, maybe even on a podcast about this. I think it's possible, but I know if I didn't, I know I had this rant in at one point. Now the hockey team comes out and takes pictures with their new jerseys. Big ass hog. State of Arkansas logo. Just fucking badass. But you're just selling that secondhand stuff. Maybe the picture was wrong on the website or something with just the number and just the Arkansas Razorbacks across the line. I can't imagine you would sell that to your. I'm sorry, it just pisses me off a little bit. Why would you sell that to the public and then have badass jerseys like that made? Sell the badass jerseys. That's what we want. We want the fucking hog on the front. We want the state of Arkansas on the shoulder, man. You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, this would be the first year that were the hog on there. The ones they're selling or not, have been the ones they've been playing in.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be interesting to see if the hog makes maybe if you can hold out one more year, man, maybe they'll sell all those and then they'll start selling those because obviously they have them and they look good, good as hell. So
They do. And if you're looking for one with a Razorback on it, they do got one at the store down by the stadium across the street there. I can't remember the name of it. Big Man, Wild Man's,
hog man,
Hog Man's. That's it.
wild on the hogs, hog man.
Hog Man. So, I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
And why don't you know it, man? Why don't you just know it?
I just don't know.
Jesus. Do you know the hockey team's 1-3?
They doing good, man.
No, that's terrible, isn't it?
Maybe it's because they're wearing
Well,
that hog in the front, throwing their
I
balance
don't
off.
know. I'll have to do
Go
some.
back to the other jerseys.
Man, probably so. They can turn it around. That's crazy, though. long season.
What about fantasy fan tracks and all that? I don't know. I might have lost again. I haven't done as well as I'd like to in my football leagues this year. I've done good in one. But that's it.
Well, I can sure check. Yeah, last week, let's see here, week 5. Uh, oh, you lost again. Oh, yeah, Hawks Dramas. He's on a tear, though.
Man.
So, Pit Boss, Tim's 5-0, leading the pack again. Playing Arizona Irish, second place team. So we got a big 1 versus 2 matchup. Sure, everybody out there cares about. But see if Arizona Irish can take. No, they wouldn't because they've got 200 less points than me. Maynard, Evie Dobbin, Hoxtradamus. Yeah, ever since we talked crap, yeah, deservingly, because his teams were atrocious performances the first 2 weeks. He's moved up to 5th, 3 straight wins. Been a champion, big wiener. He's on a 1-game win streak. Florida Hog, he's in the playoff mix. So is Run Like a Razorback. Team Hog Call's just outside looking in. So you're not doing too bad there at 9.
Everybody, you look at my bench. My entire bench is on bye. But I got enough players.
Oh yeah.
But the entire bench is on bye. So I might not win this one this week, but it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to play it.
Oh yeah. Liquid Pleasure. They're 12th, man. They're 1-4. You can't lose to Liquid Pleasure.
I got all the right people started. You know.
Game time decision. I got my quarterback a game time decision because we hurt him.
Mm.
Right, my fault for having a Crimson Tide quarterback in there.
Good Lord. I remember having that conversation last week.
Didn't work out for anybody, did it?
No, it didn't.
I need a tight end, mother. There's no good tight end. That'll hurt. That red flag goes, and I'm just like, stay away. Stay away.
I heard a rumor that Rich drowned himself in a toilet at the McDonald's over there in Protho Junction.
Oh,
That's what I
man.
heard, man.
Well, rest in peace there. Razorback Rich, we're going to miss you on here. It was an unforgettable episode a couple weeks ago. We got the FCC called after us. It's so
Twice.
yeah. Almost said CDC, and no, Razorback Rich is close, but I wouldn't consider him a disease just yet. But if he would have stayed, that's it. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. There's no way to memorialize him.
Well,
One bit.
some folks you don't want to necessarily memorialize. You just want to wish them well. Pass on.
Anyways, I think that there's going to have a public service, at Prothrow Junction.
You think so?
Why not? They probably got that thing done as soon as they could.
You know where Protho is?
I mean, I've seen it. I know it. I'm trying to think. I just love the name. It's just
Right.
Arkansas.
It's right there at the freeway when you're fixing to head off to Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Come around. Up in Little Rock, you come around.
No, that's not. That's funny though. Yeah, it could be. He should have been sleeping at the Bel Air Motel and apartment. Staying at the McDonald's.
Do they got one over there? I heard he was in his truck sleeping.
There's the McDonald's is right off the interstate over there.
Well, yeah.
He said he was staying at the Corps of Engineers, but they had to use the internet at McDonald's. I bet they probably locked the gate on him
Yeah.
because they knew he was going to be coming back.
I would, wouldn't you? I'd lock him up.
Uh,
He's an outrageous
when he
guy.
gets when he gets to the pearly gates, I might lock those too. After what he said a couple weeks ago,
Oh, golly.
I don't know where he said it to.
Oof. Yeah.
I'm gonna miss him though.
Poor guy. Just couldn't take it no more. All the
Just
pressures of life just that was just a rumor and he's listening to all this right now. I don't know. Just
he's
something I
got
heard.
1 week to call us.
Billie Jean texted it to me, so
He's, yeah. She's a good old girl. He's gonna miss him too. Definitely didn't have any good life insurance.
I mean, goodness.
No telling if that was before he sold his camp, pay for the bet his, for the after he listened to last week's podcast, he thought he'd give us one more shot. Put his camper or his truck and his camper shell with the camper shell for sale and laid it all on the horns.
Goodness, I tried to foam over. Had to take a big old swig there. I wasn't expecting to do that. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing else. I mean, I haven't. Have you seen any basketball or
No,
baseball or anything interesting? Women's sports or anything we should?
I don't think so, man. Nothing just out the extraordinary. Wouldn't think so. Basketball don't start for a little while, for another month or so.
Yeah, then we got an invitational or something to go to.
Yeah, that's Thanksgiving weekend over in Maui.
Yeah, Hawaii, right? I'm excited for that.
Thanksgiving week, just kicking Louisville, and I know that's who we play first. I forgot who else is in there, but
Yeah.
pretty solid tournament to be in for sure.
Well, I guess that's all we got for tonight. Ain't no sense in milking it out. Woo pig suey.
Go Hog.